The mid-1980s was a great time for baseball. A lot of great players came up and excelled at every level. Many went on to international fame. Now, I think if this guy would have ever played with Toronto Blue Jays or the Montreal Expos, he'd be a household word. But he's a household name in parts of Cincinnati and obviously the teams he played for. But Eric Davis, one of the most underrated players of his era, and probably pound for pound, wasn't a big guy, even though he had height at 6'2", is probably one of the most decent and talented athletes of his era. Not only baseball, Eric Davis could do it all. Were it not for a bunch of injuries and actually cancer diagnosis that limited some of his playing time, he'd be in the Hall of Fame now. Now, he played for numerous major league squads, most notably for the Reds, where he won the 1990 World Series, and of course played mostly center field. Now, the person we call in the media affectionately Eric the Red was only 21 when he made his major league debut with the Reds in May '84. He spent 8 seasons with Cincinnati and later played for the Dodgers, Tigers, the Orioles, the Cardinals, and the Giants. A right-handed batter and fielder, he was blessed with mesmerizing combination of athletic ability, including excellent foot and bat speed, tremendous power, and superlative defensive acumen. He became one of baseball's most exciting players during his peak, achieving a number of rare feats. In '87, he became the first player in Major League history to hit 3 Grand Slams in 1 month, and the first to achieve at least 30 homers and 50 stolen bases in the same season. Well, of course, that year, he had 37 homers and 80 RBIs. Now, the Reds had selected Davis, a native of LA, in the 8th round of the '80 amateur draft from John C. Fremont High School in South LA, where he was a heavily recruited college basketball prospect. In his major league career, he often sustained injuries while winning 2 MLB All-Star Game selections, 3 Gold Glove Awards, and 2 Silver Sluggers. Over a 662-game period spanning June 11, '86 to July 4, '87, he put up some of the most devastating numbers in Major League Baseball history. He batted .308 with a .408 on-base percentage, .622 slugging percentage, with 47 homers, 149 runs scored, 123 runs batting in, and 98 stolen bases. In 1980, he became a World Series champion, and the Reds upset in a 4-game sweep of the A's. Now, in '96, because of a battle against colon cancer that he fought heavy against it, he successfully restarted his baseball career with the Reds and was named the comeback player of that campaign. He moved to the Orioles, and despite fighting again colon cancer, he had one of his best statistical seasons in '98, but injuries again slowed Davis over the next few seasons and retired for good in 2001. Now, a strong businessman in his private interests, he also works as a rowing instructor in the Reds organization. Now, to just look at Eric Davis's rough stats don't really tell the whole story. But I want to talk about 2 incidents in his career which kind of sums up what his career was like. Now, one of Davis's most famous moments was when he homered off Oakland's Dave Stewart in the first World Series at bat in 1990. The home run triggered a World Series sweep for the Reds. While diving for a ball during Game 4 of the series, however, he suffered a lacerated kidney, which required surgery. He also underwent off-season surgery on a knee that he injured earlier in the season. Of course, he was treated bad by the playing regime in Cincinnati because he felt he was not treated well after being injured. Now, he also had trouble with Reds manager Ray Knight. In his autobiography, Born to Play, he also credited Pete Rose for having faith in him and teaching him about the game. Now, according to former Reds teammate Paul O'Neill, Davis was the best hitter, best runner, best outfielder, best everything he ever saw. And I tend to agree. There's only one thing that stopped him for having 400 home runs and all these big results is 3,000 hits because of the injuries. Now, in 26 games over 17 seasons, 269 average, 938 runs, 239 doubles, 26 triples, 282 home runs, 934 RBIs, 349 stolen bases, 740 bases on balls, 359 all-base percentage, and a .482 slugging percentage. Now, like I said, he played all three positions with a .984 fielding percentage. Now, in 25 postseason games, he hit 192 with 2 homers, 12 RBIs, 7 runs scored. Now, again, the big award, of course, the cancer treatment. He led to winning the Roberto Clemente Award for Perseverance in '97, and he also serves as an honorary board member of the Multiple Melanoma Research Foundation. So, just to recap, ladies and gentlemen, and he just will have his 61st birthday this year. 269, 282, 934. Reds from 84 to 91. Dodgers 92, 93. Tigers 93, 94. Reds in 96. Orioles 97 98. Cardinals 99, 2000. Giants in 2001. Two-time All-Star, World Series champion, 3-time Gold Glove winner, 2-time Silver Slugger Award winner, Roberto Clemente Award winner, and Cincinnati Reds Hall of Fame. And again, those All-Star selections, Gold Gloves and Silver Slugger, came from that era of 87, 89, where technically only maybe Ricky Henderson was as good as him for to do it all on that. But I watched Eric Davis play every position in the outfield. I saw him play with speed, with finesse, with talent, and he helped reborn or rebirth the Reds. The Reds were kind of, suffering from the 1970s hangover. They hadn't really did anything for about a decade. As soon as he arrived at 1990 World Series, it was all down to him. He was the straw that stirred the drink, ladies and gentlemen. So this was part of a request by a follower of our channel, and I would do probably a longer podcast than Eric Davis. You can't just do it in 7 or 8 minutes. But what he meant to his fans, the players he played with, Cincinnati as a whole, and the other squads. Eric Davis, again, if you had played with the Blue Jays or the Yankees or the Expos, he would not only be a household word, there might be a second ring going on. Can you imagine him playing with the Blue Jays in the 1990s era? Because I know for a fact they were probably looking at him to come in Toronto, but they were scared because of his sickness and his injuries. So Eric Davis, again, wouldn't be for the injuries, would be the Hall of Fame. And I really think down the road they should look at getting him into the Hall of Fame because the numbers are there, because he changed the game. At the period of late 80s, he was a top 3 player in all of Major League Baseball. So if you like what you're doing here at our baseball podcast, let us know with a like, comment, subscribe, or share. Thanks for listening. Bye.